Football is a passionate sport with lots of emotions. Players and managers always try to stay cool, calm, and collected, but that is not always possible. Someone mentioned somewhere that football and rants go together like butter and jelly, and we couldn't agree more. We've seen nasty meltdowns from managers, and when we say nasty, we mean the full length of the definition of nasty. The rants in most cases go unpunished, save for occasional fines from the game's governing bodies. It, however, gets worse for some. We take a look at some of the most memorable manager rants in football. Number 1. Sir Alex Ferguson. The Scottish is arguably football's most successful manager ever. He was and remains an influential figure at Old Trafford, and his name is synonymous with success. But the no-nonsense manager was known for something else, his famous hairdryer rants. For the 26 years he spent at the helm, tens of players experienced the infamous moment when they were on the receiving end of the hairdryer in the dressing room. And when it came to the media, he was known to be something of a hothead. In November 2011, Ferguson walked out of a press conference after a reporter asked why Man United was struggling in Europe. This was after United were held to a 2-2 draw at home against Benfica in a Champions League clash. Number 2. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, the special one, has always courted controversy. He will go down in history as the king of press conferences. His comments are for the history books. From attacks on other managers to even his own players and of course the referees, the Portuguese served it hot to everyone who crossed his path. In his last year at Manchester United, Mourinho went off during a press conference. Mourinho felt he wasn't shown enough respect by journalists, and he chose to remind them of his achievements. He held up 3 fingers, saying that not only represented the day's scoreline, but also his Premier League title wins. He went ahead to demand respect from the media before storming out of the conference. Classic Mourinho. Number 3. Arsene Wenger. The legendary Arsenal manager will always be remembered for his contributions to football as a manager and as a footballing philosopher. He revolutionized the English game, won numerous titles, and deserves a seat at the table of football's greatest managers. He was always calm, even when things seemed to go wrong, but just like everyone else, he lost his cool at times. Who can forget the war of words with Jose Mourinho? It was always epic. One of his angry moments was when he hit out at referee Mike Dean in 2018, following Arsenal's 2-2 draw against West Brom in a match the Baggies got a last-minute penalty. 2 things that aren't normal in the Premier League are the schedule and referees. Maybe we haven't played well enough, but West Brom had 5 days to prepare and we had 3. I'm ready to play every day as long as our opponent has the same time to recover. It's not normal. We have the same problem against Chelsea on Wednesday. They played on Saturday. I think the referee has not even seen it. He's not seen it. You cannot play football when you are as close as that. It is impossible. Where do you put your arms when you move? In your pocket? There are no pockets in the shorts. Number 4. Giovanni Trapattoni. Trapattoni is famous as a coach across the world, but not famous as a linguist. The Italian will always be remembered in Germany, partial for what he won with Bayern Munich, but memorably because of what he said during a press conference that has become famous since. On 10th March 1998, 2 days after Bayern's 1-0 loss to FC Schalke 04, Trapattoni was addressing a press conference. He criticized his own players' performances, albeit with bad grammar, but full of emotion. Mehmet Scholl and Mario Basler in particular received a grilling from the Italian. After 3 minutes or so, he ended his conference with famous closing words, "Ich habe fertig," a broken way of saying, "I'm done," a phrase that has almost become commonplace in Germany. Needless to say, Bayern didn't win the Bundesliga title that season, and Trapp left, but with the DFB Pokal crown. Number 5. Conte. Before we forget, what exactly did Conte say in his press conference, and why did he snap in that manner? Spurs led 3-1 with 15 minutes to go against Southampton. However, 2 late goals, including a 93rd penalty, saw them drop points. That's when Conte went off. He questioned the commitment of the players, whom he called selfish, and threw jabs at the club owners, and literally everyone in sight. "We are not a team. I see only 11 players that play for themselves. I see selfish players. I see players that don't help each other. Why? Because they are used to it here. They are used to it. They don't play for something important, yeah? They don't want to play under pressure. They don't want to play under stress. It is easy in this way. Tottenham's story is this: 20 years there is the owner and they never won something, but why? The fault is only for the club or for every manager that stay here. Number 6. Paolo Di Canio. This list will never be complete without Paolo Di Canio. The fiery Italian has always been controversial, first as a player and then manager. From kicking opponents to squaring it in fistfights with opponents, Di Canio always made headlines. In January 2012, while at Swindon Town as manager, Di Canio was sent off to the stands by the match official during a match against Macclesfield. After the final whistle, Di Canio was still fuming, and he insisted he would never change his behavior on the touchline, even if they sent him off in every match. "If they want to send me me off every game, no problem. I will win this league anyway because my team is a strong team. Number 7. Rafael Benitez. The Spanish manager was a master of getting under the skin of his rivals. During the 2008-09 season, Liverpool and Man United were locked in a serious title battle, with the Reds on top of the Premier League table. When the Spaniard was asked for his reaction to Ferguson's comments, he pulled a piece of paper from his jacket and proceeded to read out of a host of facts in an unreal rant that left many baffled. In the end, Ferguson and Man United were crowned champions, piping Liverpool by 4 points. Which famous manager rant have we left out? Let us know in the comments.